I wanted to speak about why I believe that addiction is demonic, or at least has a spiritual side to it, if not being the sole reason why most people never get out of that. And in the international statistics, as far as I know, is 2%. So out of 100 people, if you go to rehab, 2 make it. And by making it, I mean they get through it. What happens afterwards is a completely different story, because most people immediately get on that stuff again. And there was also a thing that's called UROD, which means ultra rapid opiate detox. And I read an article from one of the doctors who did that, and they are mostly motivated by money. You have to pay cash, and in many countries it's illegal to do that. And a friend of mine died from doing that. And that's basically where they put you in a coma for a week or something and get all of these drugs out of your system, but you are spiritually still trapped in that. So what usually happens afterwards is that you have an overdose. And there was already one doctor convicted and he lost his license to practice doing these things. So why I'm so sure that there's a spiritual side to this? First off, because Derek Prince said so. Second, because of what's in the Bible about forbidden practices, which opens you up to the demonic, which every deliverance minister knows. That's Deuteronomy chapter 18. There shall not be found among you anyone that maketh his son or his daughter to pass through the fire to Molech, or that useth divination, or an observer of times, or an enchanter, or a witch, or a charmer, which is a hypnotist, or a consulter with familiar spirits, or a wizard, or a necromancer. And there also is a word that's sorcery, and these are two distinct things: witchcraft and sorcery. And sorcery is usually the use of plants to change your state of mind. In the Greek Bible Sorcery is the use of plants and drugs to change your state of mind. For all that do these things are an abomination unto the Lord. And the word for abomination is the strongest word of disgust in the original text. For all that do these things are an abomination unto the Lord, and because of these abominations the Lord thy God doth drive them out from before thee. Thou shalt be perfect with the Lord thy God. So this is from the Old Testament. And these practices were the reason for why God gave the Jewish people the land of the heathens that did these practices, and he instructed them to burn down all their temples and to not be ever involved in such practices that the heathens did. And there's also a famous saying somewhere in Deuteronomy where he says, I give you the land of the heathens because of these abominable practices. And this is John 8, John 8, where Jesus says, and you shall know the truth, and the truth shall make you free. And they said, we are Abraham's seed, we are not in bondage to anyone. How sayest thou, you shall be made free? Jesus answered them and said, verily, verily, I say unto you, whosoever committeth a sin is the servant of sin. And the servant abideth not in the house forever, but the Son abideth. If the Son therefore shall make you free, you shall be free indeed. I know that you are Abraham's seed, but you seek to kill me, because my word hath no place in you. I speak that which I have seen with my father, and you do that which you have seen with your father. And they answered and said unto him, Abraham is our father. Jesus saith unto them, if you are Abraham's children, you would do the works of Abraham. But now you seek to kill me, a man that told you the truth, which I heard of God. This was not the works of Abraham. You do the deeds of your father. And they said, we be not born of fornication, we have one Father, even God. Jesus said unto them, if God were your Father, you would love me, for I proceeded forth and came from God. Neither came I of myself, but he sent me. Why do you not understand my words? Even because you cannot hear my words. That's also a thing that demons can do. They twist what you hear. And for example, if you try to witness to people who are strictly atheists, it's like you're talking to a wall and you get this blank stare. So why do you not understand my speech, even because you cannot hear my word? You are of your father the devil, and the lusts of your father you will do. He was a murderer from the beginning, and abode not in the truth, because there is no truth in him. When he speaketh a lie, he speaketh in his native language, for he is a liar, and the father of it. So that's heavy condemnation of worldliness. So if you have an addiction problem and you begin to read the Bible, especially if you read it aloud, it could very well be that you begin to have nightmares, begin to hear voices threatening you, because addiction is demonic. First off, because it breaks the law against witchcraft and sorcery, and it's also, depending on how deep you are in this addiction problem, a blood ritual, which is also forbidden in the Bible, to make carvings, markings, and blood rituals. And this opens you up to the demonic, and usually you don't recognize that unless it's already so bad that you have to acknowledge that, you know, I don't have anything to lose. I could just as well try to pray. And if you do that, I would assume that you begin to notice the demonic influence, because they hate the living word and the Bible, especially if you read it aloud. They hate that, and they will begin to threaten you, intimidate you, and even bargain with you to stop reading the Bible. So why not give that a try if you don't have anything to lose? Especially if you don't have anything to lose, why not trying to read the Bible? Because Hinduism did not help me at all. It did many things, meditation and yoga and so on, but in a way it's also just running away from your own thoughts. So in the end, meditation could not help me, and the Bible could. So if you read the Bible every day aloud, and if it's just one psalm, could very well be that you notice the demonic influence in your life suddenly, because they hate that. They really hate hearing from the Bible. So if you are in such a situation, running from one doctor to the next, being unable to get away from addiction, whatever you do, why not try reading the Bible? And also, there is no shame in it, because often that's what people, you know, try to convey to you, that like being a Christian is stupid, Christianity is stupid, because that's what you see on television your whole life. And that's the only religion that can help you if you have a problem like that. And I'm not saying you should join a church or or anything like that. I'm just saying that reading the Word of God aloud is very powerful. Especially if you do that every day, if it's just one psalm every day. They really hate that. And you, I assume, would notice them acting out, which could lead to you having constant chatter in your mind, nightmares, sleep paralysis, demonic nightmares that are extremely real, and so on. So I can just say out of my own experience that this is medicine. Like Derek Prince said, the Bible is medicine, and it has the power to heal you, and psychiatry does not. So if you have such a problem, then why not try that, especially if you don't have anything to lose. And so, yeah.